question. Why did you choose to stay with one team, the San Antonio Spurs, your whole NBA career?
Partially because the job wasn't finished. When I came to San Antonio, we didn't have a very good team. Our first, I think the year before I got there, we had won 21 games out of 82, and that's not too good. And part of my goal was to turn it around and try to make it a championship team. And there were a lot of pieces to the puzzle that had to come together, and that last big piece was Tim Duncan. So once we got him and we were able to win a few championships, then I felt like we did what we were supposed to do.
Hello, congratulations, David. My name is Nabaté. I was from So Much to Talk About New York, and I wanted to ask you about that rookie season. You were out of basketball for 2 years, so talk about how you were able to make an immediate impact and just already be one of the best players in the league.
I definitely didn't know whether I'd be one of the best players in the league. I was at a submarine base down in Georgia for those 2 years after I graduated from school, and I don't think there was anyone over 6'1" on that whole base. So I spent a lot of time by myself running in that gym, and then fortunately I got a chance to play with some of the international basketball guys. I played with I don't know, what was in '88. The Olympics was in '88, so I got a chance to play in those games, and it kind of helped me stay in shape and have things to look forward to before the professional season started. So I had some competition and I had some opportunity to try to stay in shape.
Harris, WAI in San Antonio.
Recognize you.
Hey Dave, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with the fans of San Antonio from the first time you stepped off the plane as a draft pick to now what you're doing with the Carver Academy? San Antonio has had a love affair with David Robinson. I know it goes both ways with the fans. Just talk about your relationship with the people of San Antonio.
That was a very important part, I think, of my coming to love the Spurs was the fans. My first time I came to San Antonio, I got a real sense for what that town was like. The Spurs are the only thing in town, the only professional franchise in town. So the fans absolutely love the Spurs. And when I got there, they took me on a parade, and people, offered me tortillas and tamales and everything else, and invited me by their house. But I got a real sense for what that community was like the very first time I visited it, and it hasn't changed, one bit. We have over 1 million people there in our population, but it still feels like a small town. And that's one of the things I think I love the most about San Antonio. When you get out in the community, you really feel like you're making a difference. You feel like you're impacting people there and families there. So that has been anybody who's kind of followed my career, it's been as important as what we did on the court, being involved in the community and making a difference. We built the Carver Academy down there, and now we've seen 8 years of kids graduating from there and getting scholarships and moving on. And our oldest kids now are in the 10th grade. And just watching them now they've got visions of college and visions of doing these amazing things that they might not have had before. So that's exciting, and it's been a big part of what we try to do down there in San Antonio.